good evening everyone. My name is JM Tabit and I am now with the manager of Brew and Waffle. So for today's video, we'll be having a casual interview about the life of being a manager. So before we start, I would like to take this opportunity to feel my gratitude with you po kuya because you allow me to be here and thank you for having with me here tonight po. It's such an honor for me po kuya. For everyone's knowledge, he has been a manager several times in various businesses. So please, can you introduce yourself with them po so that they will know you well po?
Okay, good evening, JM. By the way, I am Richard Panti, graduate of Computer Technician at Systems Plus College Foundation. I am a father of three. I started working after I graduated way back 2012. My job back then was not compatible with my education. I know that's too exciting for you to know why I became a food and beverage manager since I was graduating computer technician. It's too far from my course. Yes. I've been working as a waiter for some hotel in Clarkfield, Pampanga. I started as on call and then for my hard working I think they promote me as a food and beverage supervisor after a year. Then I believe because of my passion and love of my chosen job, they promote me as a food and beverage manager. Yeah. Now luckily we have our own cafe which I call Brew and Waffle.
It's such an overwhelming to hear that po kuya. It's a very inspiring story po to be honest po. So I will ask you some questions po about your role as a manager, including authority, responsibility, and accountability to superiors po. So shall we start po?
Sure.
Okay po. My first question, can you explain to all of us what your role as a manager is and how can you manage this business po in what way?
Okay. You know, being a manager is very huge responsibility and obligation. First, you have to think the expectation of the owner. And of course, to handle your staff just to earn and to grow the business you holding. I always believe that when you're holding a business, you have also listen to your staff, not only your own idea, because they are your tacticals or what we call galamay, yes, to run the business well.
So are you saying po that being a manager should have a hands-on skills po?
Yes, of course. We need to be hands-on in all things for the sake of improvement and advancing the business. Everything must be planned and investigate for a business to run smoothly in order for our business to be successful.
Okay. Since you are the manager po, what are the characteristics or traits that the manager should have? Personally traits po, kuya, since you are the manager of this cafe po.
Okay, if you are a manager, you must have leadership and word. I mean, you know, what your job is, manager is not only a position, it is responsibility to teach and to manage the business and your staff.
Exactly po, kuya. I still agree with you po for being hands-on, being leadership skills, and being initiative po, kuya. So, my next question po. Since you are a manager, of course you have authority po.
Yes.
I just want to know that what the pros and cons of having an authority. How can you discipline your co-workers po?
Okay, I've always taught myself that I will do it first to show to them that I'm not only a manager, but I am there to listen, to give them advice, and teach them the way I've learned in my experience. Disadvantage, of course, you have the authority to do everything to follow what you want. But the disadvantage, accept the fact, of course, if they don't learn and if had a trouble in your department, you need to accept that is your fault.
Since you said earlier po na, or you mentioned earlier po na being a manager has a huge responsibility and obligation
Yes.
po. So, now let's talk about your responsibilities po. So, what are those responsibilities that you should take off or consider po?
Again, you have to control the business in order to grow and to earn. If you know that business is the business you're holding is running low, you need to think another option, which is to resolve the problem until you reach your goal as a manager.
So, managers are held accountable po. Of course, they have to be accountable. May pananagutan po sa last one.
That's what they say,
Yes,
actually.
po, exactly po. So, what and where does the managers need to be faced off?
Okay, I think and I believe it is not always the manager had the fault why the business is not succeed. Sometimes in my experience, based on my experience actually, also the fault is always, not always, I think, sometimes to the owner itself. But if both parties are giving their both ideas on how to be succeed, yes, I believe no one can blame.
Okay po. So, nasabi niyo po na once na napalik ko po ng business, kailangan mo pong harapin yung problema or harapin yung sitwasyon na
Yes,
hindi kayo...
kailangan talagang harapin mo lahat ng consequences. Huwag mong sasabihin na ay, syempre, lahat positive. But in other way, kailangan mong tanggapin na merong mahina, merong malakas.
Hindi po lahat ng business nagiging successful.
Yes.
Okay po. So, what are the secrets of being a successful manager po?
Yes, I always told to my staff before, just love your work and mostly love your staff.
Short but precisely po.
Yes.
For the final question, what advice or tips will you give to all people watching right now who want to become a manager, CEO, or supervisor po?
Okay, my advice is that don't rush everything. Be patient. Just love your work, love your staff, love your coworkers. Lahat naman nadadaan sa anong tawag dito?
Dadaan po sa proseso.
Proseso, tama, proseso. Hindi lahat minamadali yan. Once na minsan, tama nga yung sinasabi na, once na minadali mo, parang kagad maalis yan. At isa pa, dapat huwag lalaki yung ulo mo once na nasa posisyon ka na. Dahil yun lang ang masasabi mo at may iwan mo dun sa mga staff mo, dapat lagi mong balikan kung saan ka nang galing.
So it should be one step at a time.
Yes, of course.
So that's all for it for today's video po. So thank you for watching right now. I hope you gain knowledge from both of us. Thank you.
Thank you.